Well, a shocking new report finds 58% of nearly 430 colleges and universities nationwide restrict speech. You know, that thing that's protected by the First Amendment. Well, the Foundation for Individual Rights in Education is fighting to change that. So far, lawsuits they've filed have been filed across 4 states against universities and colleges restricting speech. Greg Lukianoff is the president of the Foundation for Individual Rights in Education, and he joins me now. Greg, thanks a lot for coming on. It is amazing, of all places that colleges would restrict speech. I know it's well known, but it's still stunning. Let's go through a couple suits that you all are involved in. Citrus College. Tell us what's going on there.
Citrus College is an amazing case. Citrus College, well, first of all, Citrus College had a tiny free speech zone that limited free speech activities to only around 1% of the entire campus. And even to use that, you had to get, I think, something like 2 weeks advance notice just to use the ridiculously small free speech zone. Now, what makes this even worse is they got sued back in 2003, agreed to a settlement giving up their free speech zone, and then on Constitution Day, 2013, it turned out they were enforcing it against a student who just wanted to protest the NSA.
The fact that they call themselves liberal when they're just the fascists is really distressing to me as someone who cares about language. Iowa State University.
Iowa State University is a pretty interesting case. In that case, we're working with the National Organization for Reform of Marijuana Laws, who wanted to put a pot leaf on a T-shirt. Now, but understand, NORML's entire point for existing is to legalize marijuana.
Yes.
And they were saying, but you can't have a pot leaf on a T-shirt because that promotes drug use. And it's like, you do know this is normal, right?
The whole point, right. Their whole point is to promote drug use. Good point. Chicago State University, what's happening there?
Chicago State University is an amazing case, and really we need some investigative journalists looking into that one because it's deep. But it's a case where a professor ran a blog where he talked about what he saw as corruption on campus, and they tried multiple different ways to get that blog shut down.
Wait, so the school tried to squelch reporting on its own alleged corruption?
Exactly, and honestly, that's the case that I feel like needs probably the most coverage.
So they tried to crush a whistleblower. If this were any place other than the cloistered and protected environs of academia, which really is like the medieval church, no one's allowed to peer in. If it was any other place, I mean, there would be the law would be involved, but they seem immune. Ohio University, what's happening there?
Ohio University involves an incredible group called Students Defending Students. Their entire point is to actually help defend their fellow students in disciplinary cases, and they tried to put a slogan on a T-shirt and told that they couldn't. But the main thing about all these codes is our goal is to challenge the speech codes that empower this kind of ridiculous, illiberal, politically correct behavior. So
really quickly, since you do this for a living and think about this a lot, what ties these together? What is there about the academic world makes administrators want to crush free speech when the whole point, of course, of having college is to encourage free speech? Why are they opposed to free speech?
You know, I think that's a really deep issue, and I'm actually working on about an 8,000-word article right now called Freedom from Speech, because what I'm afraid that's happening on campus after campus is they're teaching students to not just not believe in freedom of speech, but to expect to be protected from it. And administrators do this in part because they want to be protected from dissent, from points of view they dislike.
It's so interesting, the paradox, the slogans on the barn that get repainted like an Animal Farm. It's just, it's a remarkable. Greg, thanks a lot for coming on. And when you do the essay, send it to me, would you? I want to read that.
Absolutely.
Thanks.